transition do that. He said there's something wrong. Yeah, no, he knows because I told him I was going to do it. No, but it's different. It's like the players don't know what they're doing unless you actually do it on the ground and you say, hey, you can do it there, and you can do that. And look what happened here. This is what happened in that thing there. So it's a good tool. It's a really good tool.
It's Allegra Thorburn here from Filming Footy, and we're down here actually in Underwood today after the game between Ouyen and South Mildura. I am joined by the one and only Esther. Welcome, Esther.
One and only. Thanks for having me, Allegra.
I always love it when you're sitting here beside me and doing an Ouyen game.
Gosh.
It's just fantastic to have a familiar face and someone so knowledgeable.
Oh no, it's great to be on. We love it.
Let's have a look at some teams today. We've got, you did mention that Tashani Burns may have a bit of an injury. Can you see her out there before we start?
I think she is warming up.
She's warming up.
She's got the quad heavily taped today.
She does, I can tell. Well, let's start with Ouyen's team. Goal shooter, we've got Lexi Munro. Goal attack, Catherine Brown. Wing attack, Megan Jardine. Centre, Kyra Nathan. Wing defence, Ellen Morish. Goal defence, Kate Lockett. Goalkeeper, Tashani Burns. And our subs today are Lucio Shaughnessy, Chelsea Jeffries and Paulie Munro. Now tell me about your connection with Chelsea.
Oh yes, Chelsea's my sister. Yeah, she's been playing in the B grade. She's come back after having her third child this year.
Wow.
So she's in B grade. But yeah, with Sean being injured or maybe on the fence today, they've brought her up as a GK option.
Beautiful. You definitely need that option when you've got someone just with a tinge of an injury, because you never know what can happen on the court. Now, we can't forget about South Mildura. So goal shooter, Sophie Fox. Goal attack, Amy Lutz. Wing attack, Elise Ross. Centre is there, playing coach Tara Bate. Wing defence, Taylor Sellens. Goal defence, Macy Andruski. Goalkeeper, Sian Lane. And their substitutes today are Raquel Curtis, Emma Mottram and Regan Zaxos. Now, it's interesting with their team, Emma Mottram, she's actually an under-15s player. So I think she's benched for a couple of games for South Mildura. But it's really exciting when we get some of the juniors, and especially the young juniors out there on the court having a go.
That's right. Exciting times for our juniors. Is she in GD?
I'm not sure which one she is.
Yeah,
not sure where she's starting today. In GD, that's Macy Andruski with the goal defence bib. So she is one of the younger ones as well.
Yes.
I think she's come up from 17s, if I'm correct, but surely someone will correct me if I'm wrong. It's going to be a really interesting game today,
it is.
Esther, because we've got South Mildura, who are 8th on the ladder, and Ouyen, who are 9th. So this really is going to be a very even competition.
It is a bit of a battle for the bottom here.
It is.
But I always think that South Mildura and Ouyen match up quite well together. We're quite an experienced side, and so are South. And I know that they've got a few veterans in there who match up quite well against the Ouyen crew. So.
They do, and we've got it's quite interesting with these two teams, because Ouyen is very heavily on the veteran players. It's really dominated by the veterans, and South Mildura again is a similar team where there's only a few younger juniors playing, and it's majority. I hate saying the older ones, but the more mature ones out there. So it is actually going to be a really good game today, and it's going to be a great netball match of the round, which is proudly sponsored by Mildura Gateway. This wouldn't happen without them. So very big thank you to them for their continued support of the netball match of the round. Esther, I know you're Ouyen based, but who are you going to tip today for the win?
Look, after Ouyen's been coming really close. I'm not sure about South's scores and whatnot, but Ouyen's been coming really close to a few wins against the top sides. So I think hopefully they can pull it together. It's I have to back Ouyen.
You have to, you really do. Today, I think I'm going to give South a chance, just so that we have a bit of competition between the two of us here as well. I would love Ouyen to win. I think that coming off being a premiership side, it is really hard when you don't have a full team, when you're working for the first half of the season.
Yeah.
And all of the games that they've played haven't reflected what the score is. They've actually been out there and doing really, really well.
Yeah.
It's just the score doesn't reflect that. And I've seen that a lot across a lot of the other teams, which shows how even the competition is this year. It's very even. It's much better than previous years.
Yeah, no, it's there's a lot of sides that are on the similar level, and it really is coming down to shooters and whether we can sink the goals. And I think we always have plenty of the ball, and we're just, I guess, trying to get our shooting combinations right. And Lexi's accuracy is exactly what we're looking for. She's really young and a junior, but her accuracy, I don't know, it would be close to 100%. I think in the games that she's played, and in under 17 she's been killing it. So
that's awesome. And with South Mildura, they do have a very solid shooting combo with Sophie and Amy. They've been doing quite well across the board, being able to get a good amount of shots up, and they work really well together in the ring, which is important.
Yes, I know that South do have a really young shooter on their bench. Is that right? I think she's like 6 foot something.
Yeah, so that's young Emma Mottram. So she's actually again under 15, which is incredible to see her out there. And she's on the bench at the moment, but we may see her out on the court today. And it looks like we're about to get underway, which is very, very exciting. We've got a lovely view up here, thanks to Barry and his fantastic support with the netball, and we're underway with Cara Nathan with the centre pass. Ouyen now just looking for a way to work that ball in. A beautiful bounce pass there from Ellen Morrish that makes its way into the ring, but they couldn't quite get their positioning to 100%. We've got Lexi now with the ball. She puts up the shot, and there you go, like you said, that accuracy.
She'll shoot the lights out.
And she's tall and she's like a twig. She's amazing though.
She's deceiving.
Yes, South now with the ball. Sophie Fox, she didn't like her positioning there, so she resets, passing it out to playing coach Tara Bate. Elise Ross now, beautiful pass into Amy Lutz as she puts up the shot, but it's no good, and a good rebound there for goal defence Kate Lockett. That's Kate Lockett, correct?
Correct.
Yep. Beautiful. So Ouyen have got the ball back down their shooting end again, a very important turnover there that they need. The first quarter is always vital, and a beautiful take there. The footwork on Lexi is incredible.
Yeah, no, I think and to be surrounded by Kat and Megs and Kyra, I think it's the perfect way to ease her into senior netball.
Yeah, and what a good start for Ouyen. We're here now with another centre take. Catherine Brown now with the ball. I love watching her shoot because she, even with a very obstructed defence there, she still managed to get that ball in. No. We've got Elise Ross with the ball over to Bate. Bate's going to pass it out to Sophie Fox. And we're going to see some contact called on Kyra Nathan there, so she's out of play. And the contacts are coming out very high and mighty at this end of the court. Shot was put up by Fox, but it's no good. A bit of a fumble there, and we're going to see another contact call. So it looks, an offside call there. So Tashani Burns over to, makes its way down to Jardine. And we've got a loose ball here, beautifully picked up by Ellen Morris. She's really good at being able to find those loose balls and keep her eye on the ball.
I'll back Ellen in every day of the week in a one-on-one for a chase.
Oh, she's fantastic.
She's amazing.
So the ball is just back down now at the shooting end. Lexi Munro she did have the ball, but we're going to see a contact call against Tara Bates. So we've got Cara Nathan there. Good pick up there from Lexi. I didn't think she was actually going to get that.
Yeah.
And again, she's 2 for 2, bring the score now to, I think it's 3 for 3 actually, 4-0 Ouyen's way. Ouyen now have a ball, but beautiful, beautiful hands there by the goal defence, Macy Andriski for South Mildura. So she just managed to tip that ball out of the court there. Putting on, you can notice there in the ring, the body on body, they're really playing to their players. They did lose their 2 main body on body defenders in the Naquato sisters.
Gone to Redcliffe's.
Yeah, so they're out at Redcliffe's now. So they've had to adapt, and they seem to be trying to do the same thing, but it's not having quite the same impact. A beautiful goal there by Catherine Brown brings the score 5-0. What a good start for Ouyen.
Yeah, I think this is what we've been looking for. We're sometimes a bit slow off the block, but it's nice to see them get out in front.
And what I've noticed now, especially this year, is you've got to get that lead in that first quarter, and you've got to maintain that lead, and that's how we're seeing a lot of these teams that we don't necessarily think are going to win. Like there's a few games where Imperials have played, for example, they got the lead in the first quarter and managed to maintain it even though they weren't the favourite for that game. So it's very important now, this first quarter lead.
That early jump.
Yeah, great defence there from Macy Andriski from South as she manages to get a turnover. Bit of a fight there for the ball, but there's going to be contact called on Catherine Brown. The South girls now bringing it down. Amy Lutz, she's nice and tall and very agile as well, as she just jumps in the air, grabs that ball, steps in. To Shani Byrne, she's my favourite defender in the league. I have to say it every time I see her play. But it doesn't seem like Amy is really fazed by her at all. A lot of the younger shooters do get quite intimidated by her because she's just so fantastic.
Yes, no, her hands over the ball, I feel sorry for the shooters.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to come up against her. Another great turnover here for Ouyen, which sees a long pass into Catherine Brown into the goal third there. Some beautiful defensive work, but it was only taps to the ball, so no 2 hands, which means that the ball was loose, and Ouyen still maintains possession. Catherine Brown doesn't like where she was positioned there. It finds its way into Lexi Munro as she puts up the shot, and again, the goal is good.
She's very composed under pressure, Lex. It's amazing. I don't know how she does it.
It's fantastic to see, and South they're really a little bit messy out here at the moment. I think that they're trying to stick on play, like on their players, but they're also trying to set up a few plays, and it just doesn't seem to be working here. So Ouyen are utilising that mess and to their advantage, and the score is really reflecting it at 6-2. We've got a rebound here in possession of South. Taylor Sellen, she was pressured there to pass that ball, but Kyra Nathan gets a nice intercept, picks it up. It's good to see how much they're not forcing the ball into the ring, and I think that's something that they were doing at the start of the season, and now it's been corrected, and it doesn't matter how many passes you do as long as it makes its way into the ring safely.
Right. And that's how we I think we take our finals game. We really make sure that we hold on to the ball, and that's what I think Kyra's been working on with them, and treasuring the ball is our main focus at the moment.
It's definitely reflecting now. We've got South with possession of the ball. 7-2 is the score here. Elise Ross, she's looking for an opening. She finds an unmanned Amy Lutz there as she puts up the shot just under the ring there, and it goes through nicely. 7-3 is the score. We've got Kyra Nathan for Ouyen. She steps out of that ring, and we're going to see contact called on Amy Lutz there. It's picked up by Ellen Morrish and worked around now. The girls are just trying to get it into the ring the best way they possibly can. Catherine Brown with the long shot. It goes in but lifts itself out. And the rebound is going to go in favour of South Mildura. It was out of court, so baseline throw in there for South. South girls now going cross court, bringing the ball down, and Ellen Morris there, she almost had that one. Sophie Fox now with the ball as she puts up the shot. It's no good. She didn't quite have her steady footing, but Amy Lutz picks it up And another point on the board at 7-4 is the score. South seem to be coming back a bit, Esther.
Yeah, I know they're settling, which is, good for the comp.
Good for the game, but yeah, so, and again, as we say that, there was a beautiful intercept there by Kate Lockett. Great timing and perception there as well. The whistle has blown though, as we're going to see a bit of contact there on Elise Ross. So Ellen Morris takes that ball, makes its way into the ring. Catherine Brown decides to let the girls on the outside of the ring do a bit of work, and it works there with Munro getting the ball, putting up the shot. And now I'm just focusing on to see whether she actually does miss, because it would be amazing to see if she gets 100% accuracy.
She has been so accurate in 17s and when she's come on in A grade, which is awesome.
Well, it's actually really exciting that we're actually doing stats for this game. So football players, football games all get their statistics done by Dartfish, and we're lucky enough to do a trial match today between the two sides, so we're going to have statistics for the entire game.
Kyra will be very excited to hear that.
I know, I didn't want to get her too excited before the game, and there's Tashani Burns just showcasing exactly what she can do in defence there. The way that she moves her body around, and she's just watching that ball, even getting her hands over the ball like that, putting on incredible pressure on Sophie Fox there. The rebound was there though for Amy Lutz. Gets a bit of her head knocked there, but puts in the shot. 9-5 is the score. It's going to be really interesting to see all the statistics from this game as well. And from a netball perspective, we don't get that. We don't, we've never really had that before. So it's going to be really exciting to get that, and hopefully other teams want it as well.
Yeah, I'm sure they will, yeah.
We've got another shot there for Ouyen, so 10-5 is the score here in the first quarter. We've got Elise Ross there just putting off a wayward ball. She didn't have her footing right there, so it was picked up by Tashani Burns. But Elise Ross tried to get a second hand back at that ball, but no good. Ouyen maintained possession. Jardine there with the ball over to Catherine Brown, but a contact's going to be called just outside the ring on Taylor Sellens. So the girls are just working around now. Beautiful defence there. I'm pretty sure that was Sean Lane.
Yeah.
Yes, fantastic hands there, but Lex Munro manages to put up that shot and hasn't missed still. 11-5 is the score. We've got a quick, fast pass there. Catherine Brown again. There seems to be a lot of footwork issues at the moment, either not landing right or too much pressure, and so they're just putting off a couple of wayward passes, both sides though.
Yeah, I think it's more speedy than I'm used to seeing these sides doing.
Exactly
so
right.
That might be the footwork.
That's it. So we've got another goal on the board there for Ouyen. That was a good little tussle there between the two mid-quarters, and there's going to be a turnover there, so contact.
Call, yeah.
Yeah, wow. So we've got Ouyen now bringing the ball down. Another contact called. Elise Ross just was a little bit too close and personal there. So Ellen Morris is going to take that ball, pass it long over to Jardine. They're working it around now, into the ring now to Brown. Brown doesn't like it. She 1-2s it, gets it back, puts up the shot, and what a beautiful shot that was.
Yeah, she's shooting beautifully as well, and I think the pressure kind of comes off once you do start scoring, so hopefully those scoring shots keep happening. And
absolutely, and this is probably the best start that Ouyen has had this year,
season.
Really. Yeah, like this season, because it has... Like Kyra Nathan has been honest from the start, they haven't had the full team that they wanted to, have out there on the court. But this is finally, almost halfway through the season, they've finally got the team that, she was sort of hoping to have. This is where we see Ouyen really shine. Lexi Munro, another one on the board there with 14-5 is the score. South Mildura are going to have to really work hard here to maintain that ball, but they weren't able to do so. But I think they're going to say the ball's come off an Ouyen player, so they get another opportunity to get a shot in, but it's no good. Some really good pressure there from Kate Lockett. She's doing really well defensively alongside Tashani Burns.
Yeah, they work well together, Tashani and Kate.
And we just see them scramble there for the ball, and it was picked up by Kate, which is fantastic, as Ouyen gets another turnover, which is another opportunity. That ball was brought down the court absolutely perfectly. It stayed in the channel, and everyone was like getting out in front, and that's the type of netball that you want to see.
Yeah, they're working it down really well.
So Catherine Brown with the shot now. She did miss that one, but the rebound was
Great
there
rebound from Lex.
Fantastic. And again, she gets that one in. 15-5 is the score. This is a good position to be in with a 10-point lead in the first term. We've got Ouyen now with the ball yet again. A beautiful pass into Catherine Brown. She leaps high in the air there, just working around to get a better position in the ring. And there we go. We see the South defenders pick up the ball there. That was Sian Lane getting that intercept. But what are we going to see?
I don't know if it's an outer quarter or contact.
I think it's a contact
Call on Lex.
Yeah. Yeah, so she gets to have an opportunity to shoot. Beautiful defence there, though, by Sian Lane. Macy Andreski was out of play there. 16-5 is the score. Tara Bate now for South starting off their centre pass. It works its way to the top of the ring to Elise Ross. It's into Sophie Fox now. Her shooting hasn't been as good as it has been in previous weeks, but hopefully she gets some momentum now as she gets one in 16-6. Ouyen now, a nice hard fast pass into the ring. It's over, bounced pass into Lexi Munro. She was very heavily defended there, so she decided to work that ball around a little bit more, and just the strategy on this and not forcing it in is really paying off, because like I said, it doesn't matter how many passes it takes as long as you get it in the right position in the ring.
Yeah, they're working it around, hopefully in an attempt not to throw it away and to get our shooters in a comfortable position to shoot. You don't want to put particularly Lex under too much pressure at this stage.
Absolutely, and you saw there Catherine Brown just broke away from her defender, found the right opportunity. The timing was perfect. 17-6 is the score, and we've got South now with the ball. They really have to work hard to hold on to it, and that I thought it was getting close to 3 seconds, but I didn't think it was quite there. But we'll let the umpires umpire. To Shani Burns now with the ball, and a long pass into the mid-court. Taylor Sellens picks that one up. Hands like magnets when she gets around that ball. She's a good little player.
I remember her pressure. She puts pressure on all games.
Absolutely, and she's vocal as well out there, which is really good for her teammates.
Yeah.
And beautiful shot there by Amy Lutz, really proving her ability there to be able to shoot anywhere in the ring. She's newer to the club. I think this is her first year. Her husband played last year at South football-wise, so she's come across...
Is this the GA?
Yes, the GA.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so she's a bit of a fresh face.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
okay.
but she does look familiar though.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I feel like I've seen her before. Maybe not in the shooting capacity. But
no. So we just see a little bit of contact there from Ellen Morish, and the ball's out of court. So we're going to see a baseline. No, we're going to see a contact call onto the court. So Amy Lutz gets to put up that shot. No good. Sophie Fox is there for the rebound though, and the shot is good. 18-8, still with a 10-point lead here. Even though it's not a windy day, but the sun is out, and I definitely wouldn't want to be out there running around. It'd be quite warm for the girls out there.
It is warm.
And for this time of the year, it's usually this is when we start getting those really cold and miserable days, but apparently not. Tropical Mildura is apparently in full effect.
Sometimes it can be a bit nasty out here at Underbull. I feel like it's always wet out here, but not today.
Yeah, no, every time I've played out here, when I used to play for Mildura, it's always raining. It was always the Underbull curse, was just having one of those miserable days, and now we've got a nice sunny one.
Yeah, no, it's nice.
It is. So 18-8 is the score, and like I said, you want to get that lead in the first quarter, because that really cements how the rest of the game is going to go.
Absolutely.
And I'm speaking statistically here, because I've seen this in absolutely every game, and even just looking back at scores, whomever gets a big lead in the first quarter always seems to be the one that ends up taking the W. I don't want to jinx it for Ouyen, but they're doing they've got the right start, and that momentum would be really good. Feeling to be able to start this game off with a big margin.
That's right, yeah, I think it does take the pressure off, and they've just got to keep building now and working on the score that they've started with. It looks like South are making a few changes though, so we shouldn't speak too soon.
No, exactly right, because they do have quite a few on the bench, and quite a few good players as well. So I think that's Macy and... No, so Amy Lutz is now going into WA, which is a... interesting change, yeah, because in my in my eyes, I think she's one of the better shooters out of the two. But again, I'm not out there. Tara Bate knows what she's doing. She's a very experienced player and coach as well. So we're going to see Amy go into wing attack. Can you notice any other changes
And
out
I think
there?
they're putting their youngster on. I believe she's 13 or 14. I'm not sure how old she is, but she's so tall. And she's coming on into GS, so that might be a bit of a challenge for Sian. I know it's so difficult to play on someone that's a lot taller and I haven't seen her play yet, but she's got she looks like she could be a bit dangerous.
Well, it's going to make a very exciting game. She does look a little bit nervous, though.
Poor thing.
Yeah, I know. But her height, she's ahead above pretty much everyone else out there on the court, even with Ouyen out there. She's very, very tall. And it'll be interesting to see what she does and how she plays as well, like whether she's going to stay back in the ring and try and get those lob balls, or we'll just have to.
What a great opportunity for her!
Yeah, I know, to be able to come out and have the chance to get this going. So we've got Sophie Fox in goal attack, so she's moved from goal shooter to goal attack. Emma Mottram into goal shooter, and then Amy Lutz in wing attack. Any changes for Ouyen? I think it looks.
No, it looks like we're sticking with the same team we had in the first quarter, which is, I think, a wise move because they've done really well. We're back underway here now with Tara Bate with the centre pass. It's a long pass over to Sophie Fox, who couldn't quite, it was a little bit too high for her. So the ball's gone out of court. The one thing I don't like about these courts is there's so many lines on the I know, they're multi-use. I think they're tennis and...
Yeah, they're a bit of everything, which is great about these, little regional town places. But when you're playing out there on the court, it's so confusing.
Yes, it can be. It definitely can be.
So we've got Mottram with a long, hard pass across the other end of the court. Sophie Fox looked like she was going to get that pass, but it was intercepted there by Kyra Nathan.
Kate Lockett, I reckon, got a bit of a tap off there.
Got a tap on there, but then, Kyra picked it up, which is always good to pick up those loose balls. We've got Megan Jardine coming forward, receiving that ball and 1-2ing it into Munro. But it was just the bounce pass was picked up there by Sian Lane, which was, she timed that so perfectly.
Yeah, Sian's really difficult to play on. I have played on her when I've shot before, and she reads it so beautifully.
She does, yes. It's always a talent when you can read the ball. We've got Tara Bate now with the ball over to Emma Mottram. She's going to shoot that from so far out.
I heard that she can shoot from anywhere. So
2.5 metres that was.
Go girl.
That was fantastic. This is really going to take put a dent in Ouyen at the moment after seeing that. So we're going to see a baseline throw in here.
Just inside the ring, yeah.
Yeah, so we've got Jardine there with the ball. It's passed over to Munro, but we're going to bring it back over to Catherine Brown, who's going to step in after a contact call and pop the shot through. 19-9, still maintaining that 10-point margin. We're going to see what South does here with their centre pass. Long pass over to Lutz as it's into Mottram.
Shoot.
And
oh my God, I want to see her shoot it from anywhere.
I know, and I think we will be seeing her. She's a little bit upset with that one, but that's okay. These, you can't get all of them, except if you're Lexi. So we've got Brown now with the shot, and a beautiful one that is. It really shows why Catherine Brown is out there consistently as a fantastic GA for Ouyen, because her accuracy is good, so good once she gets going. Ball now with Kyra Nathan as another centre pass for Ouyen, as we see the ball being worked around the ring, and the girls inside the ring are working so hard to try and lose their defenders. Munro puts up a shot, and you're right, she still hasn't missed. 21-9 is the score. Tara Bate now over to Fox to Sellens, and they're just going to be more strategic here. They're slowing it down. The ball just bounced off Tram's foot, so we see another turnover here for Ouyen. They're going to utilise it. And
they're not rushing it down, they're trying to slow it down there, which is something that they've been working on, just to allow our shooters to set up. And Lex has done a fabulous job there. She's had her first miss,
but she's got her own rebound and got the shot in.
We'll count that as a goal.
We'll count that as a goal. If you get your own rebound,
it's all good.
It's all good. So Catherine Brown now with the ball, and beautiful play there from Tara Bate, but it's then just turned back around there by Ellen Morris. Two players who really know how to read the ball Lexi manages to, how she maintained that footwork, I could never.
She is a little ballerina. I love that girl.
Clearly.
She's amazing.
Anyone else, honestly, would have took a step then, but not her. 23-9 is the score here, as we've got Sellens now for South with the ball.
Ellen, great
Ellen,
read.
that was fantastic hands. She was just a little bit too late on that one. But we're going to see Amy Lutz pass the ball over to Mottram, who's just to the side of the ring, and she puts up a shot. She looks so effortless when she does it, doesn't she?
She's cool, calm and collected, that DS. I can't wait to see what she can do.
Absolutely. So we've got Cara now with the ball. It's over to Jardine, who we'll see Cara Nathan pick up that one. As it's over to Brown. Brown in to Munro, as she's going to put up the shot. She always seems to get herself in a really good position under the ring.
Yeah.
And it's like with two strong-bodied defenders like the South girls, I honestly don't know how she's doing it. She just must be very quiet and
she's taking a step back and working that baseline really well, and she's doing a dodge. I think our Ouyen feeders are used to passing into a lob, passing into a holding shooter. So I think they're just trying to get used to Lex moving, and they're making it work today though.
That's it. Unlucky there, as we see the ball go out of court, and we're going to see contact on Emma Mottram. I think, and I say this as well, with Jasmine Parker, for example, from Redcliffe's, when you're a tall, strong-bodied defender, you can't move as fast just because there's too much height to you. So there's going to be little things like that where you can't quite get to the ball, and that's understandable with her stature. So we're going to see a Ouyen turnover here now, as the ball is almost lost there by Brown, and a beautiful pass into Lexi as she goes and puts up that shot, and the point is good. 25-10, 15 points the difference. How good's that?
Yeah, I can't complain about that. That is awesome to see from the Kangas. It seems like things are finally slipping into place, and the smiles on the Kanga girls' faces kind of speak for themselves.
Absolutely. They are looking, some of them are looking a little bit tired out there. It is, that sun is beating down, and there is only one little pocket of shade there. We're going to see the ball go out of court here, and a turnover for South as Macy Andruski. They're going to, I knew that was going to happen there. That was a little bit too much contact there for Taylor Sellens, so Ouyen gets a turnover and using it to their advantage. Cara Nathan now bounce pass into Lexi Munro, who again managed to lose her player. She worked in front this time rather than the dodge from behind. She missed that one, and the rebound was there for Sian Lane as the ball makes its way down to the opposite end of the court now. The Ouyen girls are working so hard at trying to just get in those little taps and putting pressure on South to be like, we're here, and if you pass it wrong, we're going to get it.
Yeah. They're putting the pressure on beautifully.
Mottram now with the ball.
Go girl.
Very good shot there, 1.5 meters out, puts another one on the board for South, 25-11. We've got a South centre pass. Let's see what Mottram can do now. And I knew that, I don't think Ellen Morris knew that Tara Bate was there, but that's okay. The ball gets into Mottram, and she puts up the shot, and that was a swish. It didn't even, nothing but net, that one there. Fantastic shot, 25-12. Catherine Brown now looking for an opportunity, forced to go cross court into Nathan. Munro, she's just too far out there, but there's going to be a holding call, and throw in. Definitely saw the motion of holding, but that's okay. And luckily that ball hit the ring there, otherwise that would have gone out of court. But I spoke too soon, and it did anyway. No one was there to receive that ball, so we're going to see a baseline throw in. It's over to Andruski. Andruski back to Sellens, into Elise Ross, who's made her way onto the court. Over to Lutz. Long cross-court pass. You don't usually like to do those ones unless you have to. As the ball goes into Mottram, who's gone outside the ring. She's going to come back in, run base to Shani Burns, who's holding on her nicely, loses her, makes her shoot from far out, but that doesn't stop her.
Great shot from the GS there.
She's fantastic. What a little, she's a little superstar out there. Well, a tall superstar, I can't say little. As we've got Macy Andruski now with the ball for South into Ross. Ross there, she's just finding the right opportunity, found it, and another fantastic shot there from Mottram.
She is cool as a cucumber, that girl.
She's awesome. 25-14 is the score. They're getting that margin less and less now, South. But Ouyen are going to be working hard to keep that margin at large. Lexi Munro with the ball. She puts up the shot. And she gets it in
as well, yeah.
26-14. We've got Elise Ross with the ball from the centre pass over to Mottram, who's out of the ring. And I'm just watching her just make her way in. And even though there was a good turnover there, she's straight into the defensive arms up, and you wouldn't want those arms in your face at all.
That's right.
Ouyen now 1-2ing it between Brown and Nathan. Only got one in the ring, and Brown makes her way into the ring. She's just at the top now. She's trying to find a better, closer opportunity, and the girls on the bench are really helping her out there, letting them know. And she's going to call contact on that?
I think that was...
contact.
Holding.
Holding. So we see Lexi put up a shot, which brings the score to 27-14. And another Ouyen centre pass here. It's over to Brown. Brown now looking for someone, finds it back on the transverse line, which is always so important to have your defenders there, just being an extra set of support to be able to reset.
And into the post.
Brown found the pole there, straight into it. Lucky they're padded. You wouldn't want to hit that pole without it. And that Kyra Nathan just used her inside arm there, which gets her out of play. South now over to Lutz as she passes it into Mottram. Didn't have the right footwork, was managed to pass it back. So we're going to see the ball with Amy Lutz outside the ring there. Sophie Fox is open. She utilises her body, pushes her defender out of the way and gets a shot in. So 27-15. That was a good way, a good example of how a shooter, getting rid of their player from in front.
Yeah.
So we've got South with the ball now. They're just working it down. They really have to make sure that they don't lose the ball here. It's going to be very important to make sure that every single shooting opportunity they have that they take. Mottram puts up the shot to Shani Burns. Great defence though, but I don't even think she was in her line of sight.
No, she has really changed the game up for South. She's given them a bit of confidence, I think, in that attacking end.
Oh, absolutely.
They've really settled a lot more this quarter.
Elise Ross out of play now, as we see some beautiful hands there from Macy Andruski to cause another turnover, but as soon as the words come out of my mouth, we see it go back the other way. And we're going to see it go back the other way again. Lutz with the ball over to Ross. Ross into Fox. They're just working it around now, and it's a lob into Mottram, who puts up the shot, and the shot is good. 27-17, back to 10 points the difference. It's stretched out to about 13, and we've got a centre pass here for South. Ross over to Fox. They're just working quickly here, getting it into Mottram as she puts up the shot again. And she's just fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm honestly in awe.
Yeah, she's really settled them down there.
27-18, Ouyen with the ball now. Really important that they maintain this margin, but it's tapped and picked up there by Kyra Nathan, and so we're going to see contact against Amy Lutz and obstruction for Elise Ross there. And they're just, Ouyen girls are looking around.
I think the South are really putting, they're playing very tight body on Lex and Kat, which is making it really difficult for them to find any position.
And get that ball into the ring, into a good position. But Munro's managed to do so, and she puts up the shot. And even seeing it from that angle, you could just see how great she is as a shooter.
Yeah.
28-18 is the score. Ross now with a pass into Mottram. There was no way that anyone else was getting that ball other than her, as she puts up another beautiful shot. So 28-19. They haven't updated that scoreboard. They've missed a goal there. And we've got an very easy intercept there for Sean Lane, as we see the ball going back down the other end of the court now for South. Mottram has got a bit of a pattern here. She'll come out and make her way back into the ring, get that ball, put up that shot.
She hardly even looks.
I know.
2 seconds, or not even that.
Not even
second
that.
to look.
Honestly, I've never seen someone shoot so quickly and so accurately. Burns almost able to get some hands to that, but Mottram, she just forces her way through, puts up the shot. It's no good. no good that one, but that's okay. Ouyen pick up the ball, bringing it down the court now, nice and slowly. And Amy Lutz, beautiful hands there as she just reaches up, grabs that ball. Mottram now sees she's out. She's going to make her way in, forced into her, turn around and shoot. That's the third time she's done that. Unlucky that she missed it, but a great pick up there from Sophie Fox as she just secures that point there for South Mildura. So 28-20 is the score, 8 points the difference. And some great defence there from Sean Lane as she just puts on that pressure. Munro's really trying hard to, get away from her player, but the South girls are making it difficult.
Sean Lane is relentless. She won't give you an inch, and really puts the pressure on and causes shots like that.
Exactly, and there's a turnover now as we see Lane pass over to Andruski. Andruski's done really well today. She's got her hands to quite a few balls. She's been very present on the court and also helps bring that ball down as well. She's always on that transverse line. Kyra Nathan just manages to come across that ball, but no good. And a wayward pass sees a baseline throw in here for Ouyen as it's over to Morris into Nathan, and I think there's going to be the contact. Yes, there's going to be a contact called. So we've got Morris now pass over to Jardine, and a beautiful intercept there by Sean Lane.
Great read.
Just fantastic defence there. It's very, very hard as a defender to time shots like that. So to do something like that is quite incredible. 28-20 is the score. Is that right, Lockie? Yep, 28-20 is the score. 8 points the difference down here. Both teams are working so hard, and I still think it's anyone's game.
I reckon South will be pretty wrapped with that quarter. They've really settled things and came back, and they've put the pressure on the Kangas now. The Kanga girls will have a few things to talk about and a few things to think about during the halftime break.
Absolutely. We will take a quick break now so that we can take a breath, and we'll thank you to the Mildura Gateway for sponsoring the netball match of the round and the break of the round. Down here in Underball today for the game between Ouyen and South Mildura. I can't even get my words out as we're about to get back underway here. The score correction 28-21, so it's only 7 points, Esther.
Yeah, 7 points in it. It's going to be a tight comp, and there's a bit of a change up for the Kangas.
Who've we got?
We've got our ring defenders remain the same. We've got Lucio Shaughnessy coming at WD, who's a junior, but has played a few A and B grade games this season.
Yes, she
and
has.
then we've got Kat still in GA, Ellen gone into the centre. Kyra must be having a bit of a rest, and Lex stays in shooter.
There we go. So back underway here now as we've got a nice running pass there for Murray. So she pushes it back. Using the post there. So we're going to see a turnover. That's not a mistake that you want to make at this point in the game with the score so close. 28-22 is the score here. The pressure there that Ouyen's putting on South are really struggling to get that ball passed down the thirds, and an intercept there for Ellen Morris. She surely should get possession of that one, and she did as a contact was called. So we're going to see the ball now get brought down to Brown, who's just outside of the ring. It's over to Morris, back to Brown. They're just going to work it around here. You can see that Lexi's working hard. She picks up that loose ball. She was in the middle of a turn and dodge there, but she picked it up. There's going to be a contact called, so Brown's going to pass it over, but Macy Andruski, picks up that ball, and the contact was called. And we're going to see South have another opportunity here with Elise Ross passing it out to Andruski. Andruski to Mottram. Her foot was very close to the line then, but she's managed to keep it in, and we're going to see a contact outside of the ring there against the wing defence.
Yeah, Lucy.
Lucio Shaughnessy, that's the one that's come on. And we're going to see Amy Lutz now with the ball over to Mottram as she's about 2 metres out, and so Shani Burns, I love it when she jumps like that, but she's going to be called for falling in, and the shot was put up, and the point is good. 28-23. You're getting a bit nervous now, Esther?
I am getting a little bit nervous. I would like it to. I like a good competition, but I also,
you want the assurance that your team's going to win because they had such a good margin. Mottram now with the ball as she puts up a beautiful shot there. 28-24, 4 points difference. Really, that's only 2 turnovers, Esther.
Don't be talking like that. It's going to be fun.
All right, we've got Ouyen with the ball down at their shooting end now. They're going to, the whistle's blown though. There was contact outside the ring. Yeah, obstruction. So we're going to see Catherine Brown step back, put up that shot, and it was a beautiful shot too. 29-24. I love it when she steps back and just shoots so high, and it's
she's good under pressure, Kat.
She really, really is. South now with the ball. Macy Andruski over to Ross, who's in centre. Sophie Fox there on the run, grabs that ball in GA, and there was contact outside of the ring, so they reset here. Mottram was a little bit too high, that lob pass, so it's going to, but it's come out off Ouyen. So we see Sophie Fox passing to Mottram, puts up the shot, but it's off, and the rebound is there for Lockett. As the ball is now being brought down the court for Ouyen. They need to hold on to this. There's a lot of crowding here. We're all in the one area. They finally worked that out, split it up a bit, and Catherine Brown just loses that ball.
A bit of confusion with the lines.
I agree. I thought she was a little bit too close to that one, so we need to be looking at the yellow lines, not the white. So turnover here for South, and they're going to call a contact against Lucia Shaughnessy there. That was picked up with the ball wasn't around her, so all the girls have got to be really cautious with where they are, no matter where the ball is. And a beautiful shot was put up by Emma Mottram, 29-25. 4 points the difference. We see the centre pass here for Ouyen. The pressure is on, and I know the Ouyen girls, you can tell that they're feeling it, but they've really got to keep composed out there and be sure of every single pass. For example, the Taylor Sellens managed to get some hands to that ball, but we're going to see her being offside. So Ouyen maintains possession. It's Jardine there. Is that Jardine?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
As into Brown as she puts up the shot. It bounces back out, but it goes into the arms of Macy Andruski, which is not what the Ouyen girls needed there. But they're putting on the pressure as the ball is being brought down the court now. Fox now over to Ross. Ross back to Fox as almost was, I would have called that a short pass almost, but it's into Mottram as she puts up the shot, but it's off. And look at Tishani Burns. She knows they're off the foot, so it's going to be a baseline throw in into Mottram. She's going to have a second opportunity to shoot, and she does. 29-26, 3 points the difference. And we're going to see another South ball here, so really this game has done a full 180, and we're going to see see if South can bring that margin the closest that it's been all game.
Yeah. I think it's always tight between these two teams. I think it's anyone's game.
That's it, and there goes that shot. So 29-27, 2 points the difference. Ouyen have the ball now over to Nathan.
Ellen Morris.
Yeah, Ellen Morris now. She's got the ball. They're looking for an opening, and Lexi Munro puts herself in a great position there. But the Macy Andruski managed to get hands to that ball, but is called for obstruction. So the second opportunity shot goes in there. 30-20. I can't see. Anyway, 30-something. We'll work it out. Fox now with the ball over to Ross. Ross into Mottram, but some beautiful hands there.
And a rush pass.
Yeah. 30-27 is the score here with Tishani Burns from the baseline. It's over to Lockett now. Into that's Nathan out there in wing defence now, isn't it? I think
wing attack. I think she's into. Yeah,
it's wing attack. That's it.
She does feed it so beautifully.
She really does. She's such a talented player. She definitely undercuts herself when I have interviews with her. But she's just fantastic. We've got a sideline ball though, and again, a nice little contest there, but contact was called. Andruski finds Ross. No.
Turnover from Kat Brown.
Yeah, beautiful there. So she gets that turnover there for Ouyen as the ball is now heading into the direction of the shooting ring. But as soon as we speak, there was a pick up there from Sean Lane under the ring, just quite effortlessly too. So South are again working. Both teams are working equally as hard out there, and I think that's why we're seeing so many back and forth turnovers.
Yeah, it's going to be a grind.
And we've seen some good pressure there for Lucy O'Shaughnessy, but she is out of play. Amy Lutz is going to pick up the ball for South here as we're in the shooting third for South Mildura. See, that's what I talk about, forced passes, but it's come off Ouyen, so we're going to see a baseline throw in here for Sophie Fox. 30-27 is the score. Fox gets it back after passing it to Ross. She puts up the long shot, and it's good. 30-28 is the score. It's nice and close here in this game. Not what you wanted, but it makes great netball.
Yes, no, they just want to stress me out, I think.
That's it.
We've had Lexi swap with her mum.
Oh!
So now Paulie's come on into GS, which I think will give a great...
And she's done quite well when she's come on playing in goal shooter, which is it's good to see a mother-daughter combo, but it's the one in, one out. So 31-28's the score. South at the ball. Ouyen have worked it out now that Mottram is the key here, so they've double teamed her, but it's managed to work in their favour as they've got possession of the ball as it went out of court. Looking for an opening there, find it in O'Shaughnessy. It's into Nathan. Nathan over to Brown. Brown back to Nathan. They're just working it around now, just trying to find the right opportunity to get that ball in under the ring. The whistle has blown though, and there's going to be a contact against Elise Ross.
Sorry, I just almost got off the side.
I know, we're up up high, as you can see from the thing, so Esther nearly fell off, but that's okay. We're all good up here as just still trying to work out that contact call that whole time. So they've managed to get the ball into Brown as she puts up the shot, and it's good, bringing that margin a little bit further away. 32-28, 4 points now. Ouyen with the centre pass in to Brown. Brown is going to pass it on to a running Nathan. It's back over to the other side of the court in Morris. Beautiful pass there though into Munro. That's Paulie Munro though, not the Lexi that we're used to. So an offside call, and then the whistle's blown against for a contact against Taylor Sellens. So there's just so much going on umpire-wise when it gets to either end of the court. yes, again, the whistle's blown. And it's very hard when it's broken play like that. Like, I understand, having to make every call, but it does make it hard. But a beautiful shot by Brown there, finishing off that 33-28. South now with the ball.
There's a bit of a sense of calm down the Kangas end once Paulie comes on, I think.
Yeah. Well, she's a very experienced player as well. We've got a baseline throw in here. Oh, so we're going to see an offside for Lucy O'Shaughnessy. I did not see that at all. Good hands there from Ellen Morrish, but she's going to be out of play. Mottram saying, give it to me. There's going to be a contact. She steps in and waits for Shani Burns to... She thought she could save it there. No good. And Burns is going to take it from the baseline. No score change, 33-28. As we see Ouyen have another opportunity to keep that margin the way it is, and there's going to be a contact called against Elise Ross. That was a little bit too close to her head there. So Burns picks that ball up. Over to Morrish, long pass to Brown, back to Morrish, who just manages to get herself from one end of the court to the other within seconds. And what are we going to see? Offside call there. Like I said, there's just so much happening at that other end of the court, and we're just out of earshot, so that's why we're sort of hesitating before we say anything. A shot was put up there by Brown, but it bounces out, so no score on the board for Ouyen there. South now managed to get the ball. They're stuck in that middle third, though. Finally make a break into the shooting third. Mottram has it outside of the ring, but she's not helpful unless she's in the ring. Makes it to Fox, who was unguarded, and another score on the board, 33-29. This third quarter is definitely proving difficult for the both sides, but the pressure is on.
Yeah, it's definitely more physical than it was in the first half. I think they're really, having to work for... Oh, my gosh! Holy my Lord, that knee did not look good.
No, I heard that too. We're going to call time. There's going to be... I wasn't looking, but I heard it.
There's a pause in play here. I think everyone knows that this is not too good.
Yeah, well, she hasn't moved. So it definitely did not sound good. 33-29 is the score. We're just going to wait here to see what happens with Paulie here. Gives everyone an opportunity to regroup.
Oh, that would be pretty tricky for Lex to stand there and watch her mum, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It's looking like they're going to move. She's moving now.
Oh, that knee. Poor doll.
Oh, not good. Shani Burns is carrying her off court. So is Lexi coming on into goal shooter now?
Yeah, looks like Lexi's going to replace Paul.
That'd be very difficult. No, she's going to go into GA. Catherine Brown's going to go into goal shooter.
That did not look like a good angle for Paul's knee.
No. It's definitely not what you want to happen in a game.
No.
To anyone.
And
really.
I think Paul's situation, she's kind of only playing here and there when she needs to, and just to help the team out. So she hasn't really committed to playing every game. So to come on and get an injury, it's so disappointing.
Not the best thing, but
hopefully it's not as bad as it looks.
Yes, wishing her well, and hopefully we'll get some news at the end of the game to see how she is. We're going to restart now down at the shooting end for Ouyen, as we see the ball go over to Brown. Brown's going to put up that long shot, and lucky she does, but that was some good defence there from Macy Andruski. 34-29 is the score. We've got Ross with the centre pass over to Lutz. Lutz over to Fox. Fox now into Mottram. She's going to put this one up, and it misses everything completely. Fox picks up the ball, but the contact was called, even though she was almost out of court. Just before she went out of court. She was very lucky to get that score on the board. 34-30 is the score here. Ouyen with the ball. It's over to Brown. Brown now, she's looking for someone. There's going to be contact called against Elise Ross, so we're going to see, I think, has Ellen put her hair up now? She's put it into a bun, Ellen Morris, so she's confusing me.
A second look.
Yeah,
for the second half.
second look for the second half. Love that. The score there by Catherine Brown, 35-30. And Amy Lutz with the ball over to Mottram, who's made her way outside the ring. Now she's just going to sneak on in there. The ball makes its way to Sophie Fox, though. She puts up that shot, and it was good, 35-31. So it's a bit back and forth here. That 4-point margin seems to be where both sides are sticking to. But we'll see if who's going to break that.
Who can push out in front in this next little bit might be the result of the game,
and
I reckon.
15-minute quarters, they are very, very long. You don't think the 3 minutes is much different until you're out there playing that,
yes.
The 15 minutes. So everyone gets tired at this point in the game. We've got Lexi Munro putting up her second opportunity shot there, as the first one was no good, putting a score on the board, 36-31. South now with the ball. It's a long pass cross court to Lutz, over to Ross. Ross finds Mottram. She was just able to pluck that.
Locket.
But that's
position.
Yeah.
Well done.
Which is unfortunate because for South, but great for Ouyen as they get to pick up an extra turnover. The ball is just being brought down now. They're doing it quite nicely. They get through that middle third quite well, but this is where they get a bit stuck.
The pressure gets tight.
Yes, the pressure is definitely on here as we see Nathan with the ball. It's beautifully passed into Lexi Munro there. She doesn't like her positioning though. I thought she would have shot from there, but we're not in her head to see her thought process.
She probably just wants to make sure of it.
Yeah,
sure
exactly.
She's happy with the distance and make sure that every shot counts.
That's
especially when it's this tight.
Yes, so Catherine Brown puts up a shot from a similar position, gets... No, they're saying no goal.
Oh, right. Must have been an infringement before the goal was scored.
Yeah, so we're going to see a turnover here for South Mildura. Elise Ross with the ball. Ouyen doing very well there to protect that ball and in the sense of not getting it out of that middle third.
Yes.
Which is what, they need to be doing.
Yes, well, it's, 5 in it?
5 in it. So it is very, very close, very intense here. The mood is sort of, after that injury with Paulie, I think it's just the mood has changed here.
Yeah, it definitely has shifted. I think the Kangas have a little bit extra to play for now. Hopefully that will be enough to push them across the line. But it looks like there's been an injury as they were walking off the court from the WD here. Yeah,
so Taylor Sellen's there, so she's looking like she's got some trouble. Yeah.
She kind of just went down as they walked off the court, I think. Is it a cramp?
Yeah, it looks like, I think they're all instructing her to do that. The stretch, the iconic cramp stretch, so it could just be that. But we may see some changes here. This is going to be a very intense last quarter, Esther.
I don't know if I can look. You might be doing this one on your own.
I know, but we say that we love a close game, but sometimes it's just...
Not when it's your own team.
Not when it's... That's it. I'm glad that I am...
Great for the comp.
Yeah, I'm not affiliated with any teams anymore, being a sports journalist now, so it's a lot easier, but it's the energy and everything, it still gets me a little bit.
Yeah, I think in the last 6 years that I've come back and played for the Kangas, I can't remember a time where it's been easy between South and Ouyen. I don't know, it's just like a really close matchup all the way across the court.
It's one of those good rivalries that are out there.
Anyway, we love the South girls. They're a bit fun.
No, they are, and they're definitely they're making it hard for Ouyen as well, like just across the entire court, really, with the pressure that they're putting on, and those defenders, you don't think that they're, doing, they're doing that much, but
they're not flashy defenders.
Yeah, they're not.
They just put the pressure on and grind away, and it makes it really
right.
hard for the shooters.
And Macy Andruski in particular, for someone, because she's on the younger side, I think she's either fresh out of 17s or...
wow.
Yeah, so she's either just aged out or she's still in it. She's doing quite well. She's getting hands to the ball, and every touch counts.
Yeah, she's putting Kat under pressure there, and I think down both ends they are defending quite similarly.
Yes, they are.
They're both just putting the pressure on,
And
playing
maybe
body
that's
on body.
why it's such a good rivalry, is because
Yeah.
the two teams play so similar to each other.
Yes.
That's actually a very good point
I
you've
think
made there.
poor Taylor, is it Taylor Sallins?
Yeah.
She's must have hurt herself as she walked off the court.
She's
She's
got
icing herself now.
Yes, she is. And we won't say where.
Yeah.
But she's definitely icing herself. So she's going to be sitting that one out. And we've got Tara Bate coming in to win defence in replacement of her. Back underway for the final quarter. This is the one that makes or breaks it for either side. We've got Nathan now with the ball. Beautiful pass into Munro. Great start here. Lexi puts up the shot and the point is good. 37-31. That's the type of plays that they need to do every single time here. And the Ouyen girls are definitely putting on the pressure for South already, and seeing a ball go out of court. So a throw in here for Ouyen. So already a turnover, which is a very positive start. Nathan now over to Jardine, and then a long pass in to Brown there, but there's going to be a contact called as Morris passes it into Brown, who puts up the shot, and it's good. I didn't think she was going to get that one.
Yeah, no, great shot from Kat.
Very good shot. I love it when there's really prominent defensive pressure and a shooter gets a shot in regardless of that. 38-31 is the score. Ouyen have another opportunity here as it's down their end. They're resetting though to...
Oh goodness, it's almost 3 seconds there by the looks.
Yeah, very close to that. I saw the umpire with almost bringing the whistle up. And we're going to see the ball into Brown now. She's going to look to shoot this, and she does, and lucky she does.
This is actually Kat's original home ground. She played for Walpia Thunderball for the Kangas, and you can see it today.
Yeah,
she's feeling very comfortable.
She's
on
definitely
this
one
court.
of my highlight players for this match. She's just been consistent throughout the entire game. We're down at the south end now. The score is 39-31, so there is a nice little lead here for Ouyen. South, we'll see Sophie Fox with the ball now. She's going to put up a shot and it goes through. 39-32 is the score. Ellen Morris now for the Kangas taking that centre pass. And there's going to be a obstruction call, I think. We're going back, yeah. Obstruction call there as the ball goes over to Morris, who's just outside the ring. It's into Munro. Looks like she wants to shoot that one, and she does, but it's got a little bit too much oomph. And goes out of court, so baseline throw in for Sean Lane here. A long wayward pass over a third, which means it was untouched. So we're going to see Ouyen have a nice little turnover here. It's always good to utilise every single turnover that you get, so let's hope that they get a goal out of this one. Beautiful positioning there for Brown as she puts up the shot under the ring. 40-32, the margin's now within 8.
Can I take a breath? No, I can't.
Absolutely not. Mottram now with the ball. There's going to be another turnover here. I'm not sure what the call was. It could have been a footwork.
Yeah, footwork
Call because she was standing alone. But as quickly as we say it, the ball goes back to turnover for South now. A lot of pressure there. A holding call against
Megan Jardine. Bad luck.
So a pass into Sophie Fox there as she puts up the shot. It's no good, but the rebound goes out of court, and we're going to see a baseline throw in for Ouyen.
Sophie hasn't missed many today, so
No,
that's
she hasn't.
unfortunate. I suppose you can shoot with confidence when you've got a 70-foot
Yeah.
shooter under the ring.
Yeah, exactly right. It just bounced the wrong way there for that rebound. So we've got, I love how Nathan plays there, like Kyra. She can just keep running on and not manage to get called for footwork ever. She's just so strategic in the way that she does it. Offside call there for Brown, and we're going to see the ball go in and a contact called against
beautifully
Monroe.
defended.
Wow, I did not think that was going to be the case. Sean Lane with the ball now over to Andruski, back to Lane as a long pass over to Lutz. They know that she's reliable and because she's got that height on her, so they can do those forced passes. It's over to Andruski now into Mottram, who's again done the pattern, made her way out, but the whistle blew for something inside.
Obstruction.
Obstruction. So this umpire is really on off the ring, goes straight to Mottram as she puts up that shot within 0.2 seconds of getting the ball and puts it in.
She shoots so quick.
40-33 is the score. Ouyen now with the ball. Contact there against Tara Bates, so we're going to see Nathan pick up the ball, pass over to Brown, 1-2's it back, and she's in a nice position there to put up the shot, making 41-33 the score. That was some good play there for Ouyen. As we see South now get the ball over to Tara Bates, playing coach there. It's a long cross-court pass to Lutz. Into Fox. She's going to bring it back out to Ross though. I would have probably kept it closer into the ring myself, but we'll see the ball go out of court.
If she gets this, I'm going to eat my hat. Oh my God, I'm going to eat my hat.
You're going to have to eat your hat. That was fantastic. That was well
amazing.
over 2.5 metres distance. That was incredible. 41-34 is the score. We've got Ellen Morrish. The whistle hasn't blown yet, so they're going to have another opportunity for everyone to get back. A long pass over to Brown. Brown now into Munro, but the ball was just a little bit too far to the other side. So out of court it goes. And we're going to see a baseline throw in here for Sean Lane and over a third again. So they made the same mistake twice.
Yeah, the pressure put on by the Kangas shooters has forced that out twice, which is...
They're doing incredible. We've got Brown now over to Nathan into Munro as she's in a good position there to shoot. And I didn't think it was going to go in, and of course it did. 42-34, that margin stretched back out to 8. Which is a good position to be in. South now with the ball. Mottram, she's made her way out of the ring, passes it into Fox as she puts up that shot and it goes out of court, and we're going to see another turnover here. And got to Shani Burns taking that one. Obviously her injury isn't playing up. She's playing as if she normally would.
She was limping earlier when I saw her this morning, but she might have just needed a little bit of a warm-up.
And the adrenaline of a netball game, you always turn it on. You want to be out there and playing with your teammates.
That's right.
Another beautiful shot there by Munro, bringing the score 43-34. 9 points the difference. We're going to bring it back out to that 10-point margin if everything goes to plan here for Ouyen as they've got possession of the ball. Wow.
That's an interesting one. I think she pushed the ball into the opposing setter then.
Yes, so. And I haven't seen a call like that in a very long time. But again, we're not the umpires, so we'll let them do their thing. Mottram now with the ball in under the ring, puts up the shot, no good, but the rebound was there for Fox, but her foot was out. So Burns now with the ball, it's making its way down. I don't know how.
It's quick.
How Jardine managed to keep that footwork. It's bounced past into Munro as she 1-2s it, inches a little bit closer, puts up the shot, and it's good. 44-34, there's your 10-point margin. You're feeling better, Esther?
No. I'm feeling heaps better now.
Yes.
You kind of never want to relax when you're playing against South because they
can come back. And especially with someone like Mottram on the court there where she can just get that ball and put it up. Beautiful contest there, but it's going to go in favour of Lockett, which is, I didn't think it would, but there you go. They're very evenly heighted as well. So that's why I didn't know which way it was going to go. The ball's now back at Ouyen's shooting end with Munro with the ball. Passes it to Nathan. It almost was going to be a hell ball there. Into Brown. The shot's off though, and it goes out of court. So we're going to see a baseline throw in here for Sean Lane. It's over to Bate. Bate now looking for someone. Finds Lane again. It's made its way to the middle third. The pressure's on Andriski, picks that ball up. She didn't think she was going to. Mottram's out, and she's going to make her way back in now. The difference in the height between her and Burns is just incredible. Fox gets the ball, gets a shot up, but gets her own rebound, goes for a second opportunity, and it's good. 44-34 is the 35 is the score. So 9 points different. There's a long loose ball there, and Morris just manages to get it in time before going out of the line. It's in to Brown. She puts up the shot, and it's good. 45-35. It seems to be very back and forth here. everyone is using their turnover.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, so we've got Mottram with a really long shot. I don't know how she does it.
Put me in the bin.
That is,
I'm done.
she's just
She's
so talented. And imagine her in a couple of years' time.
Oh, yeah, she's going to be dangerous. Good
Absolutely.
on her. That's great.
Yeah. So we've got 45-36, bit of footwork there for Nathan. And she goes out of, it's on court, yes. Lane over to Andruski. Andruski to Ross. Ross is going to find Lutz as it's back to Ross again. She's just weaving her way down the court. There's a contact or obstruction called, not sure which one, and the ball makes its way into Fox under the ring, and she picks up the shot.
That was a speedy play by
Yeah,
South.
it was very good.
That's
45.
a thing, they can score pretty quickly, I reckon.
They really can, and we're going to see here again, they've got that set of pass and a lot. Oh, Tashani.
Oh, gosh.
She almost had that there. A little bit defeated, you can tell. She's like a book. I love it. 45-38 here. We've probably got not too much left to go in this final term. As we see Ouyen now working the ball around. Look at all that pressure. That was just incredible. But found a break there with Brown as she puts up a shot. 46-38 is the score. South now with the centre pass as we see Lutz over to Fox. And Fox needs to get into that ring because Mottram's quite far out. She ran base there, puts up the shot, and it's good. Wow.
Go girl.
Wow. She's an incredible player. I'm surprised they didn't bring her on earlier on in the first quarter, but they were keeping that little secret in their pocket, and it's worked out very well for them. Ellen Morris now with the ball in the attacking third for Ouyen. It's a nice hard and fast pass into Brown, who puts up the shot. She's getting in a very lovely pattern there.
Yeah, she doesn't usually play GS, but she's working it beautifully.
She is, yeah, and she seems to be getting every play seems to be the same. So, that's very
unfortunate.
Goes out of court there, just off the toes. And rolled out of court, so we're going to see Burns over to Jardine. And
nice lead from Bex.
Just really good play there, and everyone is doing great with their timing except for that one. And what are we going to see? An offside call. So Lane over to Bate to Ross. They're just going to bring it down nice and steadily here. Looking for an opportunity and an opening, finds it in Lutz, and it was passed to nobody there. I don't think anyone was the real target for that ball. So we're going to see the ball go back the other way with Burns over to Lockett, and just finding their way down the court. There's just so much going on, but there's also not that much going on. Does that make sense?
I think it's very body on body, and I think the players are starting to look a little bit exhausted after the grind that it has been.
And we're going to see, Munro try to put up a shot, but it was rebounded by Lane. So we're going to see the ball go back to the other end of the court now for South. 47-39 is the score. They're definitely getting tired out there. You can tell everything it's not as quick as it has been for majority of the game. Fox puts up a shot, but it's no good. The rebound's there for Burns, and a contact was called, but they let it play on. Turnover already, though, as South picked up that ball. Mottram resets to the transverse line with Bate. She finds herself in a better position to shoot, and it goes in. Very nicely there, yeah. She's just, every shot that she does is fantastic, especially combining distance and combining how long she actually has the ball before she shoots as well.
Yeah, she's got herself a good little style there, though.
Yeah, she does. It's not even, it's point and shoot, it's just shoot.
Yeah,
As we've got Monroe here under the ring, there was a bit of arms there getting in her way.
Can't be much longer to go.
No,
I'm looking for the siren at this point.
Yeah, just waiting to see if they're teetering over the buttons on that one. As we've got the ball from the sideline there for South. 47-40 is the score, 7 points the difference. Lutz with the ball over to Ross. Bringing it down nicely here, the South girls, and another good play there. She does the same thing every time, but the ball was off as Fox picks it up and puts in the shot. Yeah, 47-41, 6 points the difference here.
Pretty high scoring, I guess.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, for both sides to be in the 40s, and it's a very high-scoring game. Mottram with the ball, she's going to step it in, and yeah, Burns there. She does what she does best, but Mottram gets it. And 47-42, as we see Ouyen with the ball, they can't lose it here. They've really got to go all the way to be able to cement that that lead that they've got at the moment. Brown puts up the shot and does well, 48-42. No, they're starting to do a few more quick plays here, Esther.
Yeah, they are. They're I think they're trying to practice a few things here in the attack. So
yeah,
a few set plays might be creeping in.
So we've got the long pass that was supposed to go to Mottram. It's gone out of court. Burns is very happy with that. She clapped. I love it. I love how expressive she is. Takes it from the baseline now. It's over to Jardine. Jardine to Lockett. Long pass in to Nathan. And there's that siren you're waiting for. 48-42. 6 point win there for Ouyen. That's the second one on the board. So it's
nice to have another one on the board.
It is good to have a second one on the board.
That was the battle for the bottom, so hopefully that does get the Kangas off there. But
yes, fingers crossed. And it's only going to go up from here because, like I said, they've got Ouyen are establishing a really good team now.
Yeah,
and you could see out there today it was working very, very well.
Hopefully they can keep on working on what they did today, and I think there was some glimpses of amazing play, particularly in the first quarter. South did so well to bring it back after that first quarter, and they're always so competitive. So all the best to South for the rest of the year too.
Who's your best player for today?
You've put me on the spot here.
I know.
I think our centre court was really strong. I'd probably give it to Ellen.
I was going to say I'm going to go with Ellen Morrish, and Macy Andriski is going to be my best on for South Mildura. She was a quiet achiever out there in defence, and she ran.
She was.
Yeah, she ran a really
goal
good
defence.
Yes, the goal defence. So she ran a really good. She ran a full game, and she was fantastic out there. And so I think she deserves some credit too. Well, that just about wraps us up down here out in Underwood. Thank you so much for joining me, Esther. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you
and
for
I'll
having
be seeing you at the next Ouyen game. I'm Allegra Thorburn. Thanks so much to the Mildura Gateway for their support for the netball match of the round, and I will catch you next week for the next one. I'm Allegra Thorburn, filming footy.